Not too bad. Although that tight end situation, we'll have to talk about that. Saltante Oso, that bear you all know. Out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation! What? You know, you heard me. Let's go. Don't watch Next Level Chef. I don't know if you're like a Gordon Ramsay fan. He has another show. Do you think this kid's, do you think his kids really know him? I don't. Dead. Imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! The Raider Bear! A Raider! All right. Raiders! You knew I was going to do it anyway. Shut your mouth. Hey, look, that draft had me tickled. Now, I realize we had a tight end already, and Brocky, is a Raider. So now we have bookend tight ends. That might both be in football college. Well, I did hear a scout today say as good as Brock Bowers is, he might not be ready because the Raiders system, and he'll have to learn it, and it's going to be different than what he ran in Georgia. Our Raiders. Then I'm not as excited about it when I hear stuff like that being said about the kid. Alexa, shut your mouth. Tradish! Welcome, all of you from YouTube and Facebook. So I will go with YouTube like I have been of late first. And the champion number one, numero uno, el jefe, Jim Van Der Linde! Yeah, he's won a lot. He's winning like every night. He's on a Josh Russell-like run. Do something about it. I see guys like, Rick Samarano and Larry Brooks. They got a shot. They might do it. You never know. Second place, my silver medal goes to a guy I happen to like. Troy Gill! TG, what are you doing up here winning medals, fool? That's not your domain. I like it, though. Good to see you, brother. Welcome to the show, as always, my friend, Troy Gill. Third place, my Moji Master Extraordinaire, Mark Bear Vargas. Mark, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Always there for a Raider Bear. Honorable mention to my good friend, Rick Samarano and Island Jen. Welcome to the show, guys. Larry Brooks Jr., how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. All right. Now, my Facebook fam, the people who got me here, I started with them. Raider Bear! First comment, woo! MVP tonight goes to the new reigning, defending champion of the world, Dustin King! All night, every night, twice on Sundays. Deal with it. Him and Jim Vanderlyn have the two championships on lockdown. Next, they're going to team up for a tag team title. I don't know how I'll make that, but I'll find a way. Second place, my silver medal goes to Lucky Pace! One of my favorite commenters, and I met him in person. Cool guy. I always like it when I meet a person I've been talking to online and they end up being, a cool person. These cool people. Third Third place, my bronze medal goes to one of my favorite human beings. And you know I love it when a Raiderette slides into the sausage fest. That is my medal round, because it's always got so many dudes. Well, the first supporter ever of R8RBEAR family page, Anna Diaz Rincon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And one for all the grandbabies. Mwah, mwah. She got a lot of grandbabies. Mwah, mwah. And the husband, mwah, and your daughters, mwah, mwah, and your son. Mwah, mwah. I love you, girl. All right, so let's get to it. Marcus Atchison, honorable mention. What's up, Marcus? Welcome to the show. And Corinna Trujillo. And let me just remind you briefly, I usually only say this once for the show. Sometimes I never say it because I'm just not a greedy guy. I'm not used to it, but, you guys can contribute stars to the show, but you can also contribute them simply because we do a lot of work with charities like Punks for Autism, the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desk, which puts kids in Africa in school. And we've done it for the last couple of years. And our first year involved, we promised we would get in 13 kids, and instead we got in 28. I sleep well at night, okay? I'm just saying. Okay, and having said that, let's move on. Consider a subscription to R8RBEAR family page. And if you look right down there, there's a green thumbs up right next to the blue badge. If you click on that green thumbs up, you're on your way to subscribe to a R8RBEAR Live. And it's just a great way to give to charity and just forget about it. Just take your bank card, attach it to it, save $5, and then just takes $5 off a month, and you're giving to great causes that are actually doing something. You know what I mean? We just got a huge concert through Punks for Autism. It's going to be incredible. Anna Diaz said, I'm stoked. I love the pics. Right on, girl. Oscar De Leon said, Bear! And I love that profile picture. Jim on both. I appreciate you, brother. Oso Raider in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show, my prez. TNBC crew fam. Nicholas Maid. What's up, Nicholas? Welcome to the show. Yeah, I've got a list of all the guys that we brought in, some of the other stuff. We're going to talk about it right now. Dustin! Hey, your heavyweight champion of the world. And Corinna Trujillo! And guys, we just got a lot of mail done today, so look in the mailboxes. Stuff is coming. Corinna, I have stuff going to Tommy. Don't think I forgot. And then I have Dustin King going something out. Dustin, you wanted the car auto emblem, right? I'm just refreshing my memory. I actually already did the mail. So if I'm wrong, we have a problem. And then Tony Make a Dip, I took care of you. And I need someone, if anyone knows Michelle Manici, I need you to let her know I need to refresh her address. I already have her address in order to mail her stuff because she's won stuff with me before. But it's been a while since I've mailed her anything, and I just don't want to find out her address changed because I'm sending her one of my medallions and some other stuff that she won on my draft show. Congratulations, Michelle Manici. And the second place winner and the third place winner, I already have their mailing information. So everything's cool. So Michelle, if you're watching, I just need you to go to my inbox on R8RBEAR family page and send me your mailing information. I just want to double check that I have the correct one. Because I've done it before in the past where I had a guy's mailed, I had his address for like 6 months, and then he won something, and I thought, oh, okay, and I just immediately sent it, and then he inboxes me like 4 days later and says his old address is wrong, and it was a nightmare getting everything right. Raider Dane Sherwood said, Michael Gallup, question mark? Raider Dane Sherwood, welcome to the show. Looking like a real Raider fan right there. I like that profile pic. I would say this to you, brother. The Michael Gallup pickup to me it's one of those things that it's a perfect move. It's a perfect move. You're getting a veteran wide receiver, so you know he's going to be professional. You're getting him on a 1-year deal for just $3 million. Anytime you're at $4 million or down, that's like cap hit stuff. You wouldn't even care. You know what I mean? Even if he got hurt and we just had to pay him the $3 million, you just pay him the $3 million and move him on. You know what I mean? That's not a big deal nowadays. 1-year deal. So add to that he was actually a pretty productive player for the Dallas Cowboys with what, in my opinion, is a limited quarterback in Dak Prescott. The guy showed good hands, and before he had his injury, he was putting up good numbers as their number 2/number 3 wide receiver. So, we could see some things from him. Because remember, when they had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, he was the 3. Then Amari Cooper left, he became the 2 to CeeDee Lamb, and still had a pretty nice year. Well over 800 yards, decent amount of touchdowns, that kind of thing. I got to wear Keith Moody's Super Bowl ring this past weekend. The stories were awesome. Oh, that's incredible. I love that. We have on 5 tight ends on depth chart now. We deep, but 3 will make it. Yeah, Rick, there's no doubt about we're not going to keep all 5 tight ends, but there's such a back and forth about the call. You know what I mean? Was he, honestly, one of the highest ranked remaining players on the board at where we picked him? Yes. And I saw the logic. Get the most valuable guy. We saw that with our second pick with the big lineman, even though we already have a successful center that we just reinvested in with a new contract. So why are you going after another center? So everybody's shaking their heads. Okay, so let's go through a couple things. Okay, first, even though the guy's a tight end, he is a complete tight end. So when you start to hear all these conversations about will he be ready to start the season, and I don't know, blah blah, which I'm already seeing a lot of, I don't know if that alarms me. Now with Michael Mayer, I'm concerned because Michael Mayer, to me, his rookie season was not electric, and then his second season was better, but still not, woo, you know what I mean? It didn't exactly cause a flux of Michael Mayer jerseys to be sold. So we need to see more from him. But again, I do feel like that's more of a mental thing. It has nothing to do with physical stuff. It has everything to do with looking at linebackers, looking at who the nickel, who the safety is, where are they covering you? How are they bracketing you? Seeing where the dead area is in that bracket and then finding it and turning your chest around and giving your quarterback a consistent target. Now, he did that obviously for Georgia. Can he do that for us at the NFL level when he's going to be learning? You know what I mean? I hope I'm right. Because I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it. Because I've heard people say that this is the highest rated tight end in a decade plus. That he's that good. That they think he could be that good. So because he has all the tools. Bowers is more than a tight end. He's a weapon. Yeah, Marcus, I see the idea of the way they used Patrick. No, I can't think of his name now, but it was the tight end. He was all over the league. He was light-skinned brother, had reddish tone. He was with Seattle, and then he was with the New Orleans Saints. Anyway, a versatile tight end that can actually be even split out like a wide receiver. So he's unlike a normal receiver in that sense where if he splits out like a receiver, he's going to get picked up by a nickel, a linebacker, or a safety. All 3 of those positions, nickel, linebacker, or safety, will have problems with him. Nickels won't be able to be physical enough with him because he's too big for nickels. Linebackers won't be able to run with him because he's faster than your standard linebacker because he has that same build, but he's very fast. And then safeties just will have a problem because they'll have to clear too much field to get to him before he runs short routes and catches balls. Stephen Marchand, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Doc Raider, greetings, Raider Bear. Appreciate that, brother. I took the week off because it's Holy Week in the Orthodox Church, and I'm staying with Val and Tommy, and we're spending a lot of time in church. That's incredible. That sounds incredible, Doc Raider. I know you're having a blast. What's good, Raider Bear? Where you been at? Raider Perez. I just don't do weekends. That's all. You guys just had to wait for me over the weekend. All right, so let's just break down what we did. I'm going to give everybody all our names. I'm sure most of you are familiar with them, but I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown and then tell you what I'm excited about, which guys I think have possibilities, things like that. Okay, so we already talked about Brock Bowers. That was our first. Our second, we talked about a little bit, Jackson Powers Johnson, the big guard center out of Oregon. Now, when you... also DJ Glaze, who comes in as a Maryland outside tackle. Now, he played left, but he also had a lot of experience at right tackle, both in college and high school. Okay, so now I want to talk about those 2 guys just real quick. Jackson Powers Johnson and DJ Glaze. You have to see them guys for what they are when you bring a guy up from the college ranks. When you bring a quarterback up, right? What is the first thing you start to think in your mind? He's got to learn a lot of things. He's got to be coached up. We got to find out if he can handle the NFL level, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, it's no different with linemen, except it's different in this sense. They don't really have a set position in the NFL. When you come in from college, there are just times when you could play guard your whole time, and they'll look right at you and say, we need a tackle. We want to move you to tackle. And and if you're a smart player, you just go with it. Because if you don't, you probably get bounced off the team to another team within, a year. Or if you give it a shot and you play it well, you end up winning the position, or at the very minimum, a backup to the position because they'll give it to you for a year. Maybe it doesn't work out. Then they draft a veteran, let him play that position and put you back on the bench as depth until you learn more. Or if the guard position opens, then you can play there, etc., etc. So there's a lot of value in Jackson Powers Johnson simply because he's a big boy. He can really move, and you can move him in and out at either guard position, even center. And with DJ Glaze, you can have him play right tackle, or he could even be a backup with Colton Miller when Colton Miller goes down from time to time, which he has from time to time. Okay, so moving past the two linemen. And by the way, I just want to say, super excited about our first 3 picks. You should respect the first 3 picks because there was a premium put on bringing the biggest, baddest dude at that position that's on the board at the time. Who's that? Brock Bowers? Bring him in. Jackson Powers Johnson? Bring him in. DJ Glaze? Bring him in. 315 pounds, 6'5". Jackson Powers Johnson, 6'2", 325 pounds. He is big. All right, so moving forward, round 4, DeCameron Richardson, Mississippi State cornerback, sticks like glue kind of guy. Let me read to you what they said to him. I thought it was pretty cool, or what they said about him real quick. It said, DeCamarion Richardson is ready to rock for Raider Nation. He will be ready to play from day one. It also said, watch DeCamarion Richards run. He officially ran a 4.34 40-yard dash at the Combine. Now, guys, you hear the word 40-yard dash, and a guy ran a 4 this, blah, 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 okay? When you run a 4.34, but you're 6'2", 195 pounds, that's my size. So he's my size running Olympic speed. That's incredible. And I'll be honest with you, I was very fast, ran a lot of track, played a lot of basketball and football, but I never hit 4.3. I was more like a 4.5, 4.7, 4.57. You know what I mean? Not a lot slower than him, but that's definitely not 4.34. 4.34 is blazing. Pretty much all of him I would have seen was his rear end and the back of his chest, or the back of his shoulders. All right, so let's move forward. So he could be really nice for us because he's got size and he can run with these fast receivers. Okay, now one of the guys that I was really hoping we would land, I just was basically, locking my fingers. I'm sure some of you remember me saying this, but Tommy Eichenberg, the linebacker of Ohio State, he feels like the resurrection of Bill Romanowski. I've got to stop dropping famous player names because it puts too much pressure on these guys. Normally I don't do that, but lately I have. I don't know why. So anyway, that defensive back I was just talking about, total Charles Woodson type. Oh yeah, Ronnie Lott characteristics. But anyway, I'm really excited about Tommy Eichenberg. He's only going to get bigger. He's got a great build, but you could tell he could probably put on 25, 35 pounds easy. I don't know that he needs that much. He can move. I think they'll like the fact that he can move. He'll help with stuff out of the backfield. And the traditional linebacker is no longer walking around at 255, 265. You know what I mean? You get these guys more now around 235, 250. 245, 250, somewhere around there, because they want him to be able to blast guys and everything, but they've got to be able to run in this NFL. Because there's just too many offenses now where literally everyone on the field, the tight ends, the running backs, the wide receivers, they can all go for a touchdown on any given play because they're all just so athletic nowadays. On most teams, those guys are going to take it to the wall. Okay, now I don't want to shortchange Tommy Eichenberg because I think he's really nice. But how many of you have seen Dylan Laube? Or Dylan Laube? It's Laube. I'm sorry, I even mispronounced it, and I was trying to make sure I didn't. but I double-checked how to pronounce his name before the show. Dylan Laube. Oh, my goodness. Okay? Dylan Laube is gnarly, okay? I'm just saying, okay? You guys gotta take a moment and go see Dylan Laube, okay? Dylan, L-A-U, like Lau and B-E, Laube. It's all spelled as one. Dylan Laube. This kid is incredible. He's our own McCaffrey. I'm saying out loud. I think he's going to be better than the Niners' McCaffrey. Book it. I'm deathly serious. Now, the only reason why I think this might not happen for him is he is from a smaller school in New Hampshire. He comes from New Hampshire University. And then, more importantly, we have such a load ahead of him, running back-wise, with obviously Zamir White, and then also Madison that we brought in from the Vikings. And those guys are they're both studs, you know what I mean? So the odds are one or both of them going down are almost zero. The good thing, though, about Dylan Laube is that he has receiver-like hands. And so he's going to see the field. You guys, mark my words. I don't do this a lot. But when I do it, I'm usually right on. I think I've missed once in like 10 guys. But here it is. Dylan Laube is going to be a fan favorite. You guys are going to fall in love with Dylan Laube. You thought you loved the slot machine, okay, and Hunter Renfrow. Wait until you see Dylan Laube. That kid, spark plug, man. Spark plug. I love the way he runs for holes. And you know who he, oh God, what was that kid's name? Wes Welker. He's like a dead-on Wes Welker. And I don't know how many of you remember him, but those of you who do remember Wes Welker, you just got excited because you know what I'm talking about. Low body, low center of gravity, but fast. Jitter quick little video game moves, makes guys miss, really tough. One of those just scratch and claw kind of guys that's going to fight for every yard. He's not Marshawn Lynch, but he doesn't get hit, and he tends to always move forward, always be moving forward. I love Dylan Laube. Okay, so now moving forward, just two more guys. In the 7th round, two nice 7th round picks. In Trey Taylor from Air Force, a safety. He looks like he could be for real. Now, some of the guys we already have at safety, Epps, Merrig, they're going to make it tough for him to get minutes. But when we lost Amik Robertson, there was a hole there. So he's going to get an opportunity. Whether or not he's going to be able to really fill in those minutes, we'll see. And then last, MJ Devonshire, Pittsburgh cornerback. Now, again, tough kid. All I've heard is tough. Let me go down here. Let me see. Look at his bio real quick. Let me see. No, that's Fred Taylor. Okay. MJ Devonshire. Selected with the Raiders 2024. Selected MJ Devonshire. Doesn't say too much about him. In fact, really not much at all. Hold on, let me see in this. Oh, yeah, no, they're not really talking about it. I had a little bio they were doing on him real quick, but it wants me to, watch some whole show with him or something. Well, anyway, but regardless, I like the build. 5'11", 180. So, for 5'11", 180 is a solid guy. So, we'll see what we get from him. Not a big guy, but this kid, Trey Taylor, 6 foot, 213. Okay. A little bit of a ball whacker. The guy looks like he's tough. Salrat Gardenias, what's up? Welcome to the show. Mark Murphy, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. Oh, that's all right, man. No apologies necessary. Tony, make it! Dip! New TNBC Hawaii Prez. What's up, Rick? I didn't know that. Congratulations, brother. That's dope. Keith Keffy Davis. What's up, Keith? Welcome to the show. And Rick, much love, brother. That's dope. Jesse, I see you there. What's up, man? El Capitan Rafucho. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Mike Hendu. I see you there, Hendu. Tony makes it dip one more time. Said Tony makes a dip another time. No, I wasn't going to do any Rasta, and I don't rap. My son does all the rapping. Just check out Tay 2. Okay? Taytwo. Check out Tay 2. You'd be surprised what you might hear. He good. Tanamoku, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. What draft like picks and don't care what Fox and Colin says about the Raiders? Yeah, you don't want to get too caught up with that, Troy Gill. Those guys are the type of guys that, because their show is the way it is, see, I can do a show and be honest. I can say to you straight up and say, I don't necessarily love the fact that we went for the best tight end available. I know that we lost Talisi Fuaga, the guy who I wanted for months, the guy I talked about over and over again from Oregon State, went one pick after us. Yeah, that kind of hurt. Because we got in Brock Bowers, and Talisi Fuaga was right there, Oregon State. Just a monster at right tackle. And if you needed a tackle anyway, why take the guy from Maryland when you had Fuaga right there? Arguably one of the best, if not the best, top 5 in the country. And you took a guy from Maryland who looks good. He looks like he can play. But he ain't Talisi Fuaga. So I just kind of had to throw my hands up with that one. Now, I'm not going to poo-poo the Bowers pick just because everything everyone's saying about him, I thought, yeah, let me see. So I went and watched the video more closely, watched not just his highlights, but I even watched a video of some people that were kind of critiquing him. And I didn't agree with some of the things they were actually saying, too, about him. I thought were kind of harsh, you know what I mean, getting out of his breaks. Who doesn't get out of their breaks slow when they're a big tight end? I mean, you know what I mean? You're asking a bit much. He's good at everything else, but he's not good at that. All right. Marquez Nick, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you tuning in. Matt Marinovich, always there for R8RBEAR. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Another good question, as always, from Marcus Atchison. If our players play up to their play up to their capabilities this season, we will make the playoffs. Marcus Atchison, honestly, I'm going to say this with the intent of putting a little pressure on the squad. We already are a playoff team, in my opinion. We already are. Now, if we end up, most of you woke up to the rumors of Stephon Gilmore and Xavier Howard and these other, veteran cornerbacks, which, normally we don't usually play into the sweepstakes of that. And I could very easily see us give the 2 rookies we brought in minutes. You know what I mean? They're going to play. They're going to see the field. Whether they see the field a lot, whether they secure a starting position, you know what I mean? That's up in the air, but I find highly unlikely, especially the safety. I think he's nice, but, you've got some safety talent in front of you right now that's going to have another year of the system under their belt. So, Edgard Lucky DeLeon, I'm doing great, man. Welcome to the show. I thought the Gallup signing was nice. It gives you some depth in the wide receiver room, but depth in a positive way. Now you have a 1 in Devontae Adams, but you have 2 number 2s. Does that make sense? In other words, now instead of just Meyer or Gallup being a 3, no, I would argue Gallup and Meyer are about the same guy. So if you really like what Meyer's brought to us, Gallup will do the same. Trust me. Now, the only question with Gallup is, can he stay healthy? Because he hasn't been an injury bug guy, but at the same time, he had his falling out with Dallas as he was going into a year where he had kind of an okay year. Then he had a year where he got hurt, and then he got to now. And so they kind of let that go. But was it about that, or was it performance? Was it just money? Because everyone's saying that Dallas has no money. William Brown, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Oh, okay, good, Dustin. I appreciate that. Troy. Troy, you're funny. I already told you I would replace that hat 100 times. I still will. I appreciate that, Rick, watching on both. Right on. Bob Stannard. Hi, Kaylee. Do the Raiders go after Xavier Howard or Stephon Gilmore? If I had a choice, I would go with Xavier Howard. I think Stephon Gilmore is a little bit older than he's letting on. And I mean like physically. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's like, part of why Charles Woodson was so amazing was because he was a gifted corner, but he was a gifted corner even into his older years because he got smarter and he made up for little losses in his speed or, his breakaway speed, or recovery speed. Those little things that he may have lost, or maybe the veracity to go up there and smash a guy, he made up for with his mind and still made amazing plays. And so I would go with Xavier Howard before Stephon Gilmore because I don't think Gilmore's that kind of guy. I don't think that he's going to be able to evolve beyond what his physical talents were and say, okay, my mind's going to help me play better. I don't see him doing that. Steven Shaw, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Travis Allen said, Dak has his issues, but he's still elite. Travis Allen, welcome to the show. Honestly, Travis, I wanted to think on that for a second. I wanted to be careful before I said anything. Travis, I just don't know how you can go to elite. I will go with you if you ask me to say that he's a starter. I can go there. If you say that he's a pretty good starter, I can go there. But if you go back and you look at his history, he makes up a ton of wins against the Washington, whatever they're calling themselves now, Green Bay that had been regressing until last year. You know what I mean? The Jets, give me a break. You know what I mean? The Eagles, who've been good, but they've still been beatable from time to time. Since they, finished that one Super Bowl run, they've been kind of slowly regressing a little bit. But I just don't see Dak that way. I just don't see him that way. I think that he's a good quarterback that's never going to win a Super Bowl. And if you can't win it in Dallas, you can't win it. Because you got an owner there that's willing to do whatever it takes. It may not be always the smartest decisions, but he's willing to do whatever it takes. And he's had enough. He's had enough receivers and running backs and so on, and he just doesn't get it done. Joseph Bear, battle of the mustache. Joseph Bear, you take him for our quarterback. Honestly, I'm not above going into the season with AOC and Gardner Minshew fighting it out. And if AOC loses to Gardner Minshew, then we know what AOC is. Because the God's honest truth is, I think AOC has the build, the mind, and the potential to be a real winning starter for us. Now, is he going to be a dynamic player that runs right and runs left for 7 or 10 yards and makes a guy miss and then throws a ball 40 yards off his back foot? That's not who he is. Even if even if he was in that heroic situation, I don't think he could complete it. That's not his game. But if you asked me if he's a warrior mentality, a guy that when he sees 10 of his guys in a battle, he wants to jump right in the middle and be right in the middle of it and not come out of it and throw that rock and make plays for his guys fighting with him. You see what I mean? Because he needs his guys to win their assignments for him to do what he can do. And that is stay in there hot, read the protections, go through the progressions, know if you throw it to the 1 or the 2 or the 3 or the dump off. You know what I mean? Do you tuck it, run for a few yards, or just throw it away? He can go through those progressions without fear fast and make the right decision when he's blocked for appropriately. And that shouldn't be a lot to ask. Every NFL team just wants a decent offensive line that gives their starting quarterback a chance. If you do that for AOC, he will win. I guarantee it. I said once, if you were to compare AOC to a superhero, he's Captain America. He can't fly through the air. He can't launch missiles. He doesn't have the Hulk strength. But everybody wants him to be their leader. That's what he brings. Do you see what I'm saying? And I see that all over him. If you go back and look at his tape at Purdue, there's times where you can just see him gritting his teeth and mud's flying through the air and these big, huge guys are running at him and he doesn't panic. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't run right or left. He doesn't squeeze his shoulders in and wonder if he's going to get hit. He stands there tall with the ball and delivers. I haven't forgotten about that. You know what I mean? I want to see more from AOC. I do. I was high on Fuaga too, but not upset in the Brock Bowers and the utility player he is. Rick, yeah, I agree. It's not a miss or anything. It feels weird because all of us wanted either the best player available or the best at a position of need. We sort of did neither because the best player available was Talisi Fuaga. I don't care who Brock Bowers is. I've seen all his video. He's nice, okay? But that's not what our need was. And the greater player at their positions, I feel like Talisi Fuaga brings more at tackle than Brock Bowers will bring it at tight end. Oh, that's a statement. R8RBEAR! Who left their window open? I know I just pissed off somebody's neighbors. Or did I wake a baby? Or barking dog? Matt Brennan, is JPJ going to be an immediate starting guard alongside of Parham, but starting center might not be too far off? Yeah, we'll see, but I know I agree he's going to be good from jump. What's up, House Junkies? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you tuning in. Marquez Dick said, what if Penix was still on the board at 13 and we still went with Bauer? Was this really about best player available? Marquez Nick, I would ask you this question. You don't think that Bauer is the best player available over Penix? Because I do. You have to understand he's the best player available at his position. He's higher rated as a tight end than Penix is as a quarterback. He is. You don't hear people saying that Michael Penix is a once-in-the-last-decade talent at quarterback, but you're hearing that said about Brock Bowers by multiple people. And it looks like it's true. You know, and I'm a stingy guy with throwing around labels like that, but he looks legit. He does little things to me that are freakish. His legs look like tree trunks, but he's still fast. His hands are massive. I mean, it looks like he could palm a bowling ball. No, not a basketball. It looks like he could literally, with one hand, palm a bowling ball and go, "Look, Bear, I play with this thing. It's stupid. It's so light." And just like crush the bowling ball. I don't know why I made Brock Bowers a Russian accent there for a second. Having a good night. But I mean, the dude's hands are like monstrous, and yet he has soft hands and makes a ton of catches and has very few drops. So to me, it was a good pick. The Penix thing, right after the draft was over, you had a lot of people come forward and basically go, okay, now I'm going to tell you what I really think about Michael Penix, because now I'm not messing with the man's money. See what I mean? There's a lot of people who don't want to do the total follow through and tell you what they really think of a guy, because they don't want to F with his money, his financial potential. Because if I'm a genuine scout, the R8RBEAR, okay, and I've been watching football for 30 plus years, if I'm a genuine scout and I go out there and I have credentials and the press is waiting for my opinion and I say that this guy has rickety legs, that he's already injured, that he needs to gain 30 pounds and I don't think he can. Although he's, lean, he's not really an evasive quarterback. Most people don't know that. Penix is not a running quarterback. Everyone assumes when you see a slender black athlete at quarterback, there's this assumption they can run. He can't. Look at the kid, the other black quarterback, the one that got in all that sexual harassment trouble, the one in Cleveland. He has the same problem. He can run for a couple yards, but he's not elusive. His hips are rigid. You know what I mean? He can't shake around. He can only get you a couple yards and then slide to the ground, or he'll get rocked. And it's the same thing here with Penix. Penix does not have good, what I refer to as wiggle. He doesn't have that shake in his hips. So he's got speed. He can run a little bit, but he's also one of those long runners. You know what I mean? He needs to take a few strides before he can get, running full speed. He's not a guy that can just go boop and start running fast. So, but you know who can? Dylan Laube. I want everyone that has pull with the Raiders, everyone that's watching my show that knows anyone that's a friend that's a part of the Raiders, beg them to get to Antonio Pierce and tell him we need Dylan Laube to get the ball. Dylan Laube needs the ball, I'm telling you. dude is gnarly, and he needs the ball. Will Nandoff, what's up, brother? Wasabi! Michael Purefoy, we all know how good Mayer is. Watch how he turns into a complete badass with Bowers giving him true competition at the position. Well, and then also, don't forget, guys, we brought in another tight end, remember? The guy I was talking about because I thought he would be a good, okay, I got his name right here. Harrison Bryant. That's the tight end we brought in back in March. Let's see. He's played in 65 games in his career. He has 89 catches for 791 yards and 10 touchdowns. So see, when you hear that, that's more of a utility, tight end. And I'm looking at his picture. He's a pretty decent sized guy. Now he's not a belly guy. He's not a huge guy, but he's a decent sized guy. And so last thing, the league he was a fourth round pick by the Browns in 2020. So he's the perfect age, still young, but a veteran, has some experience. He signed contracts. So I like the fit, and he'll be able to mentor our guys, including Bowers. Jimmy Graham, thank you, Jerry Perez. He took it right out of my mouth. Jimmy Graham, Andy Jimenez, thank you. Marquez Nick, thank you. House Junkies, thank you. Everyone that's telling me, you idiot, it's Jimmy Graham. Brock Bowers is a great player, and I watched him at Georgia. Yeah, I agree. He's bigger than Waller. Oh, Tanamoku, he's a lot bigger than Waller. Waller was more of a track star, a thinner guy. He was big, but he was more big in the sense of he had solid muscles, but he wasn't a heavier guy. You know what I mean? And Brock Bowers is, he's not what you'd call, it's hard to say the body type. He's thick. You know what I mean? He looks like a corn-fed guy, you know what I mean, that worked on a farm, made all his muscle strength. So you look at him, he looks kind of soft, and in reality, no, he's stronger than a tank. It's just he built his strength in a different way, through repetition and hard work. Powers Johnson will start at right guard. Marcus Atchison, I have no doubt about that. Of that, we are in total agreement. Rick said, this will be tight end Michael Mayer's rookie season in 23. He went on the IR and went on the IR in the last 3 games. I'm worried about his foot injury. Rick Samarano, but he's had time to get his weight off of it. And with the signing of Harrison Bryant, now you can put Harrison Bryant and put more focus on Brock Bowers and let him get healthy until he's literally 1,000%, and then put him out there. And that's a good luxury to have. This way we know it's not hurting anything. Michael Corleone, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Appreciate the Jimmy Graham catch up. Glaze is a bit of a project. Might be a swing later. Matt Marinovich, I think Glaze is a project, but I think all of them are. I don't think anyone that comes into the league, for example, when we brought in Colton Miller to play left tackle, Andy was a left tackle. That was a good fit. You know what I mean? We needed the position. He was available. He was one of the best coming out of UCLA. So it was a perfect fit. But had we already had a left tackle, a great left tackle, I still would have pulled Colton Miller and considered converting him to a right tackle or keep him for the depth at left. And eventually, if, the guy at left is just still winning the job clearly and looks healthy and he's not going anywhere, then you trade the pick, because he'll still have value. It's only 1 year. You know what I mean? He'll still have 3 years on his rookie deal, and, teams love the good players that they get cheap. The champ said, Bear, I was thinking about Bowers. Although they weren't in the same division, AP played for the Giants in the midst of the Patriot dynasty. He even beat them in the Super Bowl. He saw that 2 tight end sets and how it worked. AP is old school, and he's bringing old school punch you in the mouth football back to the Raiders, and I like it. Well, I think there's no doubt about that. When you signed the offensive coordinator away from the Chicago Bears, and then if you look at his name, Luke Getsy, if you look up Luke Getsy's resume, he is a running offensive coordinator. He is a running offensive coordinator. Now, he can throw the ball, obviously. He has offensive throw the ball plays in his offense. But he leans on the running game. Run, throw, run, run, throw, run, 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 throw, run, run, run. He's more of a run guy. Did everyone get that? I'll do it again. Run, run. Raging Raider Rhino's in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Yeah, keep my guy in your prayers. He needs everybody's strength right now. He's definitely got mine. Stephen Lee said Powers Johnson gives a incognito vibe. You know what, Stephen Lee, that's one of the best comments I've heard about him so far, and I kind of agree. Because he does. He looks a little bit crazy. I don't know how many of you seen his Raider picture, but he's like, he looks like he's nuts. His eyes are so big. I was pretty happy with our linebacker pick from Ohio State. He's a baller. Keith Keffy Davis, I really wanted Eichenberg. I just want to get that clear. I really wanted Eichenberg. I wanted Talisi Fuaga. We just missed him. We got Eichenberg. I thought that was a steal. I think Eichenberg has all the tools to be a fantastic linebacker. And all he's going to do is get a little bigger slowly, just through natural growth, natural build, natural working in the gym with NFL professionals. He'll get a little bigger, but he'll mainly retain roughly that same size. So if he walks into the building at 230, I bet he walks out at the end of the year at like 240, 245. And of course, obviously, even if he gains, let's say 250 pounds, he's going to lose weight as the year goes on. Because remember, these are college guys that have never played an 18-game season. You know what I mean? Let alone then, the playoffs too, you know what I mean? So it's arduous. You lose weight as the season goes on, and they got to learn how to keep that weight on with their diet and so on. But I'm with you, Keith. That's a great profile picture. Looking handsome, brother. But I got to tell you, I'm on board with you 1,000%. We drafted a lot of guys who were award winners at their positions in college this year. Yes, I like the depth. I like the decisions. Tom Telesco with me, great job. I like what Tom Telesco did. The only thing that I think Tom needs with the fan base is he needs Bowers to be great, because all the other picks, they're solid, they make sense, and everyone with Raider Nation I talk to, they're okay with almost all the other picks we made. The only one Raider Nation's kind of scratching their head about is, we had a good tight end. We had just signed Harrison Bryant, a veteran to come in and help Michael Mayer get better and give us depth, and then you go for the best tight end in football. So I would say to you, it's the Twin Towers effect. You never think that you need a center when you have Shaq. But if you give Shaq Dikembe Mutombo, well, now it's over. I mean, nobody's making baskets. Get that out of here. You know what I mean? I mean, between the two of them, they would scare people into missing shots. Just glare at them, from the three-point line when they shoot, and they're still going to miss. And with what Keith was saying a minute ago, if we really can utilize the two tight end set, it can be deadly, guys. Because remember, that was kind of what Gruden wanted to do, that a lot of us were excited about. I won't lie, I was too. I'm not a big Gruden guy, but I was excited by what he was trying to implement. He really did want to go back to the old school and bring in a really power-running misdirection offense. So power run right, then set up everything to go right again, and then fake it and throw left, and then set up everything to go right again, and then go right, and then set up everything to go right again, and then make it a toss to the left on a quick left draw, that kind of thing. And I was excited about that. I love the idea of misdirection, about beating up another team's defense, especially when think about how the offense should respond. What have defenses done? Defenses have gotten smaller and lighter, so they can respond to the speed of these tight ends and running backs coming out of the backfield, and the fact that you're dealing with wide receivers now on almost every team. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the Rams lately, but I mean, they have a track team on wide receiver. Even their guys that are nobodies run 4.3s. Their whole wide receiver core is just blur quick. And that's where the league is going. So the defense's response was get lighter, get smaller. Okay, well, that don't work against a bang you in the mouth run offense. That don't work. And since the entire league, they could see us coming. They could go, look, the Raiders are trying to make a punch you in the mouth, grind it out, run controlled clock offense. Look at them over there doing that. And even though they know, there won't be anything they can do about it, because they've already changed the front and the look and the coaching staff in a lot of ways of defenses throughout the league to play more of a hybrid speed defense, a defense that plays a lot of flex and backs up and keeps everything in front of it, and then responds to speed when you try to throw underneath it or call draws or just run the ball. Well, because the defenses throughout the league have adopted that style, they're not prepared if another team goes, all right, well, you know what? We're going to switch up our offense to just chew you guys up. We're going to put you in a wood chipper and see how you like that with all your light butts and speed. And there ain't anything they're going to be able to do about it. Like that, light butts and speed. Sounds like our offensive line will be better, but who will be our right tackle? I like the kid Glaze from Maryland. I think he could win that spot, Bob. And you have to remember, I don't care what position Glaze played in school. Okay? That's what you guys have to understand. If you're a wide receiver and you come into the NFL and all of your life you were number one, if you come to the Raiders, you ain't going to be the number one. And you have to accept that and be the two. And if they need you to be a Hunter Renfrow underneath slot guy, then you be that. Do you see what I mean? Because it's a team, not you. Do you see what I mean? I used to say that to my players all the time when I coached. I coached for years. And I would tell them all the time, as soon as you come to me with, oh, I do this and I do that well, and I do this and I do that. Well, what do you do for your teammates? Huh? Tell me about that. Then I'll let you tell me about how you can spin and how on this play you catch the ball with one hand. I don't care. Okay? Tell me what you're going to do for your brother on a play. How about that? How are you going to block for someone for me and get them loose for a touchdown? I want to hear about that. You want to impress me? That would impress me. And yes, that's how I talk to kids. And their parents loved it, I swear. Bear, how does our new cornerback match up against Kansas City's wide receiver with speed? Well, okay, first, Dustin King, as far as speed, it's matched up. We're matched up. They can't fade us as far as speed. As far as speed, we're all good. You're talking about a 4.34 40 out of Decameron Richardson. Okay, and that's who's going to be out there. And Jacorion Bennett, our rookie DB from last year, can run in that kind of speed. I don't want to say 4.3 whatever because I don't really remember for positive what Jacoby's speed was in the 40, but it was super fast. I was interested in getting him, went to work, and when I got a chance, I checked and I saw we got him and was happy. Right on. Funny thing is, the scouting report had his pro comparison as Spillane. But is that bad? You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. I think Spillane and Bill Romanowski, who I apologize for comparing him to earlier because that's too much. It's too much pressure. The moment I say it, now some of you are going to start looking for that and hoping he's that guy. You know what I mean? But he makes me think of him. He just does. There's just something. He looks like what a linebacker's supposed to look like. The way he plays, the way he runs, the way he reads, his body line, his legs are always in the right position. He doesn't play too tall. He doesn't get too low. You know what I mean? He doesn't let running backs get under his base. I like his technique. If you can't tell, I've been watching Eichenberg video. He's pretty good. I ran a 4.58, and I wasn't the fastest on the track. Bay Area natives can run fast, true, though. I'll tell you. Lauby highlights. Reyes Antonio, the man is a stud. Romanowski still leaves a bad taste. Eric Jett, he's not a guy that you want him, your sister to date. You know what I mean? He's not. He's never going to be that guy. But at the same time, the Raiders franchise has always embodied people like that. And I don't have a problem with that. I feel like I'm edgy. You know what I mean? There are times where you can be my best friend. And I feel like sometimes friends aren't good friends to their friends when they see their friend crashing in a way and they don't help or they don't do anything. And if you have a problem with drugs, if you have a problem with alcohol, if you have a problem cheating on women, if you have a problem being honest, if you have a problem with hitting girls, if you have a problem with not giving your children time, stop. Stop. Now, when I say that, people say, oh, come on, Bear, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. Addictions and things like that. It's not that simple. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying start today. Stop. And then go about every single day making yourself better. Forever. It's that simple. What else you got to do tomorrow? You just got to think of it that way. You know, I had a good friend that was an alcoholic, and he was trying really hard to quit, and he would get up every day and he would talk about it. And I'd say, brother, you're doing it the right way. And he's like, oh, I'm just bitching about it, and I'm sweating, and I'm upset. I'm like, yeah, you're talking it out. You're getting it off. You know what I mean? Work your way through it. Now, what are we going to do tomorrow? Where are there clinics? Where are there AA meetings? Where are there people you can bring on as a big brother to support you every day and every night if you need it? You got to call someone at 4 a.m, you know? You got to have that. You know what I mean? And then tomorrow I need you to think of something else. Read books about it. And then I need you to think of something else. Go to meetings and listen to new people talk about it. And then I need you to think of something else. Look at documentaries online that help you with it. And then I think of something else. You go onto YouTube and look for other survivors on YouTube and how they talk to you about it. And that goes down a rabbit hole of millions of people who are willing to help you for nothing. See, so don't tell me what your problems are or what you're not good at or what you struggle at. Because if you do, I will tell you to your face. Then do something about it. That's the bear. I do something about stuff in front of me. I don't deal with it. I don't tolerate problems. And when I have them, I destroy them. And if I can't, I find a way. And if I need help, I get help. And if I'm wrong, I admit I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes. But you do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? What you got to do tomorrow. You know what I mean? Love you guys. Raider Nation. You know, Lauby should be our kick returner, Matt Marinovich, but I want to give that guy minutes, man. I want to give that guy minutes. No, Rick Samarano, Sincere McCormick is nice, but he ain't Dylan Lauby. I like Sincere McCormick. I do. I like him, but he ain't Dylan Lauby. I love that little kid, man. Dylan Lauby got balls. I just like that kid, man. He's scrappy. He looks like the Wolverine running around. Just over here, look at this block. And then speed. I mean, look, man. All I know is okay, I'm not making it about race. I'm just being funny, okay? All I know is I saw Dylan Lauby break the corner, and I saw a whole lot of brothers that had an angle on him, and he just straight pulled away, wiped him down. He wiped him down. Bye. They got a good opportunity to see the back of his jersey so they spell his name right. Out of respect. I want that kid. R8RBEAR, in my job, one of the things I do as a way of training newbies is have them poke holes in their own analysis. With that being said, if you were the host of a show for another team in our division, how would you poke holes and what would you just say about our draft picks? Okay, so if I was going to poke holes in what the Raiders did, I would say the one move they made that made no sense to me was Bowers. I think the Bowers pick is smart. I think that it's a can't miss because I think he'll be good for us. But I just think that no matter how good he'll be for us, I think it's going to leave us with a bad taste in our mouth. Think back to Amari Cooper. Right? Amari Pooper, Scooper Cooper, you know, as we were referring to him affectionately, as we were kicking him the hell out the door. Amari, woo! Pooper, Scooper Cooper. I miss that nickname. I used to give him the business night after night. And he deserved it. But he was highly rated, incredible skills, always had you going, come on, you can do it. Oh, you're one of the fastest. Your moves on the break are so good. Oh, catch this ball in the end zone. Goes to Dallas, does the same thing. Goes to Cleveland, does the same thing. So a little worried about that, but, you know, we'll see. So yeah, a little worried about the Brock thing because I just think maybe he may end up amounting to nothing. You know, Michael Mayer is good. You know what I mean? Are you really going to do the Patriots double tight end set and throw at either guy and make them both into valuable weapons? If they can do it, it's brilliant because it protects your running backs. It protects your wide receivers because every time you're going across the middle like that, it makes things soft for the running backs and it makes the safeties tend to come up to help against the tight ends and then you can go over the top to Andre, listen to me, to Devontae, to Gallup, and to Myers. We do need a little bit more linebacker help, Eric Jett, but I think that will get answered the same way the Raiders always answer it, unfortunately. They'll look into free agency. They'll find someone that can pay, that's on his last legs, and they'll give him a contract. Rose Ortega, hi, love, looking beautiful. What's up? They were calling Laube Bobby Boucher on Instagram. Raider Nation can be brutal sometimes. Rose, but he looks like Bobby Boucher out there, man. He rips up, hey, dude rips up turf. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't care what he looks like. I don't care what the color of his skin is. I don't care what his height is. That little son of a monkey's got lightning in his butt. And you could tell when he runs. It's just kapow. Zeus-like. Stephen Shaw, what's always up, brother? My blood pressure, my love for my wife, and my, great thanks to God for my beautiful daughter. Wow, Doc, you're being hard on the bear. Oh, no, he got love for the bear. Yeah, Rick Samarano, Devonshire is going to be nice. I think he's going to be nice. I like both our corners. I don't know if they're both going to succeed, but we'll see. And then the safety we picked up, I like him. Don't get me wrong, I like him. But, I mean, we got some depth there. I don't know if we're going to see the kid too much. He's going to be out there on certain pass down plays, but initially I don't think we're going to see him get too many snaps right off the bat. What about the quarterback we got in UDFA's Gus Bradley? Yeah, Gus Bradley's that other coach's son. And, honestly, the undrafted free agent Gus Bradley, the quarterback, I can tell you guys, he was from a smaller program. You know what I mean? He didn't play with the big boys, but he threw for over 4,000 yards. He had a ridiculous amount of touchdowns and just a little bit of interceptions. So in the league he was in, he was the man. You know what I mean? So I always like that when you're looking at a guy, like when they say, oh, we're reaching out to the Canadian League and we're bringing in this quarterback from the Canadian League. And I'll be like, okay. And then I go to look at the Canadian League quarterback's numbers and he has 54 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Check, please. I'll take that. Come on in. You know what I mean? And see if you can do that for your Raiders. You never know. Football is still just football. You know what I mean? Even with the Canadian football and NFL, of course our level is higher, but that's just because per player compared to every Canadian player, American player, we're leaps and bounds better. Even this other football that's going on with The Rock and all that, I don't even know what it's called. I don't care. But the UFL or whatever it's called with his ex-wife that looks like she could take him in a wrestling match. I'm sorry. Danny Garcia is just, no, okay? She looks like Cyborg. She does. If you don't know who Cyborg is, look at the female MMA fighter Cyborg. She looks like that. And The Rock was in love with her for a very long time, which I thought was weird. It was like he was looking at himself. That's what she looks like. She looks like The Rock with a wig on. That's crazy. She is so buff. She makes me feel like I'm inferior. She's so buff. She's that buff. It's too buff. Ray McLean, what's up? How you doing, man? You pretty buff? Welcome to the show. Kenny Blair! All the way from the land of whiskey and crumpets, my friend. From an ocean away gives me stars. That's right! All you people here in the United States that watch my show day in and day out, and you don't even throw me a couple bucks for this free entertainment? And yet I've got a guy all the way on Britain, in the UK, with his pinky out and stuff when he drinks. And that guy sends me stars because he loves my show. And I got love for Kenny Blair. He's a good dude. Putting foots in my audience. Alvaro Filatoro. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I like our new cornerback out of Mississippi State. Okay. Yeah, I like him too. Good feet, good speed. He's going to be nice. But he ain't Laube. It's Dylan Laube's night, okay? Everything's Dylan Laube. Okay. Scotty, I got a Scotty, when I got Scotty Lutz questions, it means like the Titanic took a hit. I'm just kidding, Scotty. You know I love you. Let's see. Not Raider related, but I hope the Nuggets finish off LeBron and the Lakers tonight. You know, Scotty, that's not going to go over good with most of my audience. Quite a little Laker presence here amongst Raider Nation. Oh, the backstories of these young men are awesome. Some made me cry. Oh, yeah, most definitely. I can even see us lining Bowers up in the backfield from time to time. Marcus Atchison, I hope we don't see that. He's not that fast. I don't want guys getting run-ups and taking shots at him. Let him play tight end. Edgar Lucky De Leon said, good show tonight as always. Appreciate you, brother. Dylan Lauby got that high quality H2O. You guys are wrong, okay? He's going to prove you wrong. That guy's dope. Alexa, resume. That's right. Give it to me, girl. Alexa, start this song again.
I'll repeat the song.
Yes, you will, girl. Ah, right there, Corey. Stephen Shaw said, God bless you, brother. Much love. Aiden O'Connell, let's see, Gardner Minshew, Brown Jr., Anthony, and Bradley Carter. Okay. That cornerback from Pitt, going to be good. Raging Raider Rhino, I hope you're right. I haven't seen enough stuff about him yet. Stephen Shaw, appreciate the love, brother. Much love. Good night, Steeler Val. Good night, Tommy. Mwah. See you later, little buddy. You have a great day at school tomorrow, all right? Tommy, remember, my little Cubs have a responsibility. I need you to be the best Tommy you can be every day. I want you to be nicer to everyone you can tomorrow. I want you to smile all to your teachers tomorrow. I want you to be the best little young man at that school like you have been for who knows how long now. But I want you to go there tomorrow and prove it even more. Okay? Don't worry about what other boys think. Oh, that's not cool, or oh, you shouldn't do that. No, don't ever worry about what they think. Worry about what your mama thinks. Worry about what grandpa thinks. Your family, your blood, people who love you. You worry about them and no one else. Everyone else, their opinions are irrelevant, even if they're good ones. If they say, oh, Tommy, you're the best thing ever, say thanks, I really appreciate that. But don't lose your mind. Don't tell everyone she said it or he said it. Don't put up a poster. Don't have it written on a shirt. Just like it. But don't take it too high. But when they say you suck, don't take it too low. Ignore that. And just go be the best Tommy you can be. Alright, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran. Much love. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Raider Bear family page. What? Peace! I find it ironic to say peace, shouting it like a warrior.